LeBron James has signed a new deal with the Lakers. And of course, Stephen A. Smith had something to say.
LeBron, why the hell did you talk about retiring? He'd have never had to make the damn announcement because we would have known
He'd have never had to make the blasted announcement because we would have known he was never going. It's almost like Stephen A. understands LeBron better than anybody else. And this time, he's making fun of him in the meanest manner conceivable. Let's break it down. The decision over the contract caused a stir. LeBron James chose to use his $52.6 million player option on June 29, 2025, which meant he would be back with the Lakers for the 2025-26 season. Now, on the surface, this would appear like a typical business choice. After all, we're talking about a guaranteed $52.6 million for a guy who, at 40 years old, is still competing at an elite level. Stephen A. Smith, on the other hand, saw something completely different in this move, and he wasn't going to let it go without saying something that would disturb the very foundations of Lakers Nation. Smith's harsh criticism came after the Lakers had a terrible 2-0-25 season that concluded in a stunning collapse. Even though they put together what many thought was a championship-caliber team with LeBron James and new superstar Luka Doncic, the Lakers only made it to the first round of the playoffs when they lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 4-1. This wasn't simply an early departure. The outcome was a catastrophic failure of championship hopes, and Smith wasn't going to let it go without punishment.
The legitimate question to be asked is, what is he playing for? Do y'all understand that since LeBron James has arrived in Los Angeles, they missed the playoffs?
Smith's initial volley instantly established the framework of his case. LeBron's Lakers stint has been relatively unsuccessful by championship standards. The stats were devastating. Since LeBron's entrance in 2018, the Lakers have won only one title in the 2020 bubble season, followed by years of instability, missed playoffs, and early exits.
The championship in the bubble, but then they spent the next 3 years or 4 years or so either missing the playoffs or getting bounced in the first.
But Smith wasn't happy with merely pointing out previous failings. He painstakingly demolished the Lakers' future championship aspirations by evaluating the stark realities of Western Conference competition.
He's not going anywhere. Houston's not going anywhere. Minnesota's not going anywhere. Dallas is not going anywhere. I gave you 4 teams right there.
Smith extended his conference-wide damage by pointing to new powerhouses. The Denver Nuggets, headed by Nikola Jokic and their championship core, demonstrated persistent greatness that the Lakers couldn't match. Even more ridiculous was his comparison to the LA Clippers.
Lakers had their way with them during the regular season. The Clippers are the ones still playing, going for a Game 7 tomorrow night in Denver in the first round of the playoffs, while the Lakers are already home.
This contrast was especially severe since it emphasized the Lakers' failure to transition regular season dominance into postseason performance. While the Lakers crushed the Clippers throughout the regular season, it was the Clippers who were still contending in key games while the Lakers were eliminated early. Smith's most damning evaluation came when he questioned LeBron's genuine intentions for sticking with the Lakers.
Really playing to win? Meaning, does he believe that they can win with him? Is he playing because he just doesn't feel like relocating? Is he playing so his other son could come into the NBA? These are the questions that people are asking.
This line of inquiry hit to the core of LeBron's competitive integrity. Smith was basically claiming that LeBron's choice wasn't motivated by championship goals but by comfort, convenience, and family concern, notably the possible future NBA eligibility of his younger son, Bryce James. The fitness concerns that Smith voiced about Luka Doncic added another dimension to the Lakers' title problems. Lakers coach J.J. Redick has openly stressed the necessity for increased physical preparation.
With the offseason and the work that's required in an offseason to be in championship shape. And, you know, we have a ways to go as a roster. And certainly there are individuals that were in phenomenal shape. There's certainly other ones that could have been.
Smith's critique of this circumstance was especially biting, noting that Doncic's fitness difficulties were highlighted during the playoffs, as he let up 9 blowbys in the closeout game. This wasn't simply about individual performance. It was about the Lakers' failure to utilize their abilities due to basic preparation flaws. The historical background of LeBron's Lakers stay made Smith's critique much more striking.
Position has always been That should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season. Because he's not.
LeBron's hefty deal restricted their freedom to chase other star players or depth pieces that might lift the club from postseason disappointment to championship contender. This was about basic concerns surrounding LeBron's competitive objectives, the Lakers' championship window, and if age and comfort had replaced desire and greatness in the Kings' basketball equation.
Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's at 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range.
Behind Stephen A. Smith's scathing appraisal of LeBron's Lakers choice lies a profoundly personal dispute that has been growing for months, converting what should be professional sports analysis into something considerably more vengeful and emotionally charged. The dispute started brewing after Bronny James was picked by the Lakers with the 55th choice in the 2024 NBA draft, establishing the historic first father-son combo to play together in NBA history.
No disrespect whatsoever to LeBron on this issue. I would never do that to any player, any athlete. I'm saying we all see what's happening with your son right now. It's kind of hard to watch.
My stance has always been that should have been. The last occasion we saw Bronny James in a Lakers jersey this season because he's not ready. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and ladies, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He went 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range.
I wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard.
The tension that had been building eventually burst on March 6, 2025, during a Lakers-Knicks matchup at Arena.
I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you, meaning you, LeBron James. I have nothing but the best wishes for Bronny James. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he flourishes into an NBA star.
And I can't sit here and be furious or feel slighted by LeBron James in any manner. In that aspect, the courtside incident was explosive and unusual. LeBron approached Smith during a break and, according to lip readers and witnesses, urged Smith to quit talking about my kid and keep my son out of this, bro.
Almost as if he was saying, you know, you and I, because he and I don't necessarily vibe. It's high and by, we keep it moving. Neither of us lose sleep over it, and it's been that way for years.
But Smith's most telling statements came when he addressed the larger context of their relationship, making it apparent that this wasn't just about Bronny. It was about years of built animosity between two dominant personalities who essentially didn't respect one another.
You take it and you get personal with it. It's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the player.
The rivalry escalated rapidly when LeBron chose to reply publicly, opting to address the subject on the Pat McAfee show in a manner that was both amusing and profoundly offensive to Smith.
He'll be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
This statement indicated that LeBron wasn't simply supporting his kid. He was deliberately criticizing Smith's character and lifestyle, demonstrating a degree of personal dislike that went well beyond professional disagreement. Smith's vengeance was immediate and personal. He didn't only defend his journalism, he challenged LeBron's integrity and honesty.
I got you number 2 all time. I think LeBron James is the greatest player in the history of man outside of Michael Jordan.
The dispute reached its clearest point when Smith stated in June 2025 that I don't like him and he doesn't like me, destroying all pretense of professional impartiality, implying that the courtside argument was truly about years of collected bitterness rather than simply his son's NBA position.
Father, great husband, great actor, great businessman, great family man, great philanthropist, great producer. What haven't I said? 4-time champion, 4-time league MVP. All-time leading scorer in NBA history right now. Surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. What have I not said?
Every critique, every concern about LeBron's intentions, and every doubt about his competitive integrity is interpreted through the prism of their mutual disdain. Smith's history of comparing LeBron unfavorably to Michael Jordan in the GOAT argument adds another depth to their rivalry.
Probably, when it comes to basketball, it's the greatest accomplishment that I've ever had. Done it all as an individual, but there's no greater accomplishment that would be able to overtake me being on the same floor as my son.
Some defend LeBron's right to protect his family, while others support Smith's job as a journalist to deliver honest insight, regardless of personal ties. ESPN co-host Jay Williams termed Smith's remarks on LeBron rude, underscoring how the rivalry has even split Smith's own colleagues.
I love the game of basketball. There's a video going around right now on the internet of me coaching Bryce's team last weekend, and it's actually pretty funny. I saw a lot of posts with people talking about how LeBron brings the energy to a high school AAU game the same way he would do to a finals game. And to me, that's like the ultimate compliment. In my 20 years playing this game, and in all the years before, I've never, ever cheated the game. And I would never take it for granted.
What's evident is that this personal fight has irrevocably affected how Smith covers LeBron and how LeBron reacts to media criticism. LeBron's legacy is on the line. As the dust settles after Stephen A. Smith's scathing judgment and the personal hostility becomes difficult to ignore, the most important issue arises.
At the moment, I'm asking myself if I can still play without cheating the game. Can I give everything to the game still? Truth is, I've been asking myself this question at the end of the season for a couple years now. I just never openly talked about it. I don't care how many more points I score or what I can or cannot do on the floor. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done.
What does the future genuinely hold for LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers? This isn't just about one more season.
I think he gets his jersey retired in LA. First of all, he wouldn't be the first. There are others that have had their jerseys retired in 3 cities. He doesn't get his jersey retired in LA. It's the Lakers. You just got 1 championship. 1 COVID-shortened season in the bubble. It's hard. He deserves a lot of credit for it. But I don't think you get your jersey retired because...
This is about legacy, competitive windows, and whether the best player of his time would close his career on a note of championship glory or extended mediocrity. The expectations surrounding LeBron's 23rd season are unequaled in NBA history. The basketball world is watching, and LeBron James has one more chance to show that the Kings' championship hunger is as fiery as ever, regardless of age, comfort, or the personal feuds that swirl around his every choice. Thank you for watching. If you liked viewing this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to see more related content.